I was seeing this girl that was 21, 22, grew up in Highland Park. It's just like one of those relationships that just wouldn't go away. So there was one day we went out and I went to a friend's house. You know, we had some drinks and then we went back to my place. We started talking. You know, she's very verbally abusive. So that went on to an argument. She hit me, walk away. She hit me again. Now I'm mad. Walked into the kitchen to go see her. She walks out the living room. I walk out the living room as well. Get out of my face. I said, I'm not in your face. I took one step forward. She popped me in the mouth. And then she puts her head down. She looks up at me and she takes a swing. She threw everything she could with her right fist. All I did was pivot and get out of the way. Problem is that she landed on the glass that she broke. So when she got up, I looked and she was bleeding. So then she starts getting loud again, just screaming, you know, let me out of here, let me out of here. I was like, by all means, I was asking you to leave before. I called 911. They said, you know, what's the emergency? I said, look, I'm not looking to press charges. I'm just looking for a police officer to come here so that I may give my statement about what just happened. What I didn't know is that when she left, she called the police. When the police came, they knocked on the door. I thought they were there for me. They put me in handcuffs. End result is that I end up going to jail because a girl that was physically abusive to me ended up hurting her own self in an attempt to hit me. My concern was the truth coming out.
Most people, when they call, are scared and fearful about their future, their families, their jobs. The first thing we'll do is lower your stress level, and we will do that, one, by listening to everything that happened to make sure we understand your story and how you feel. Second of all, we will start formulating your defense. That further will take stress off of you, for you're going to understand the strategy that we employ, and moving forward, know that we are going to take all the legal issues off of your plate and we will handle everything.
You know, I'm just glad all this stuff is done. If it wasn't for Doug, there's no telling where I'd be in this process. But to know that I had somebody in my corner that actually knew how to fight, that actually knew how to get in the ring and get dirty, without being able to have someone like that in my corner, I don't think I would have gotten through.
So you may be wondering on how to choose a criminal defense attorney. Find a firm that solely focuses on criminal defense. Firms that do criminal defense, divorce, personal injury, they are spread too thin. You need a firm that does solely criminal defense. You should find a firm that has former prosecutors in it. As a former prosecutor, I know the other side, I know how prosecutors think, and I know how to best position your case because of that knowledge.
To have somebody with passion, that have somebody with conviction that will believe in you and tell your story the way that it needs to be told in court, because there's two different things. There's the truth, there's what happened, and then there's the way that it has to be explained in court. I mean, Doug's a fucking animal. He's a maniac. I mean, he's awesome at what he does. He's the only guy that I know that probably wakes up at 3 or 4 in the morning and goes on 10-mile walks just to get ready for the day. If there was any kind of trouble of anybody that I knew, I'd make sure that Doug represented them. This guy's good. You don't want a guy that's just gonna go ahead and pass you along like they don't know who the fuck you are. I mean, this guy's gonna give a shit. And as long as you do the things that he's asking you to do, you're gonna get through it.
If you're watching this video and you haven't yet decided to pick up the phone and call a lawyer, what I want you to understand is that you have to hire the best possible lawyer you can. Doing this alone is not the way to try and help yourself out. That is the best way to ensure you're going to get railroaded by the system. Hiring a substandard lawyer is not the way to go, or hiring the lawyer who is telling you exactly what you want to hear is not the way to go, because you do that, you're going to put yourself in an unfortunate situation, and when you realize the situation that you're in, it's going to be too late to fix that.